Ladies and gentlemen, whoops. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get stuck in with the boys. Ah! She is always photobombing. Alright. Nah, we shouldn't do that quest. Nobody likes that quest.
Good day, citizen. Some minor thing I can help you with?
Yes, I wish to stab you in the face.
It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost.
Well, thank you very much, lamppost.
Be about your business and stay out of trouble. Pleasure to be of service.
Good morning, Dream Whisperer, Loner, whoops, Hazardous, Durg, Ice Tray, and Leander. What's up, guys? This is the rest of my breakfast. I didn't even have a chance to finish it all. I didn't get anything done this morning. I stayed up so late last night, I barely got up in time for work today. But yes, that is melon. We've got cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon, and pineapple. This is the last of my breakfast here. Alright, fine. We'll do the best quest in the game. I guess.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
Please? And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow.
I love how his tabard is that of a giant fork holding up a thing of cheese. So, who are you to judge? Your arrogance is astounding. You insult a noble and ancient people. I don't like any of these options, really. We are a cultured people. That's why we are ruled by the mob, which itself is controlled by an evil assassins guild.
What's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you.
Hi.
You have the keen eyes of an educated man. Know the ins and outs of philosophical debate, do you? Well, what about your twos and fours? What of them? The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can. You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this?
I'm sorry. I have to laugh. I have to. It's the only way I can keep myself from crying. But seriously, thank you very much, Interstellar Zen Master. Much obliged and appreciate the sub as always, sir. Thank you. And if you happen to know where you want to put that, let me know. And yes, I am feeling better. Thank you, Black Pile. Which is funny because I stayed up really late last night, but, you know, I also slept in. Not on purpose, just it happened. No, there's no date since this isn't real life, Loner. Based on real life, but not actually in real life. What in the world is this? Ah! Hang on. Be gone. What in the world? Of course, Loner. No, this is not Earth, and no, this is not China. Last I checked, China does not have anything that this game has. Like English accents, for example. But seriously, though, no, this is a fantasy setting. It is based on the actual deliberate intent, and maybe I could find a direct quote here, but it's intended to be based on a huge number of different mythos, basically kind of combined together. Which, of course, explains Sir Ponsel right there. Because if you'll notice, he's got bits of Portugal, Dutch, English, that is to say British, and Spanish all into his design. Which actually makes perfect sense because he is now just a portmanteau of Europe. He is a Europe guy. A mix of all European stereotypes just kind of shoved together. I'm trying to find it here. They're not going to talk about it, are they? Various aspects of the world, apparently modeled in many ways after the Han and Ming dynasties, if you want to get specifics. Areas inspired by the Huangshan region, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, with scenery that was specifically drawn from both the Khmers, Tibet, Thailand, and Japan. They also use a combination of karate, aikido, and copieras, which I'm pronouncing wrong, in terms of designing it. But that's my point. It's a mix. It's a pot. It's a melting pot. So he's a melting pot too. Like, yeah. Anyways, so you blind yourself with prejudice. I can prove you wrong.
Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments.
Okay.
I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner.
And yes, that is very John Cleese. That is John Cleesing it up. Very well, who shall judge?
Whoever you wish. These five, standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair.
I agree, Loner. In a modern game, they probably would have.
Talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready. Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well. Like the rest, you're all just too damn skinny.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars have also volunteered.
This will be simple. Agree to everything I say.
To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire.
So, what kind of arguments do you favor?
I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others.
Okay.
Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details, and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against.
So what strategy do you think I should take?
The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I wish you luck. I look forward to your defense of the Empire.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Mirabelle, personally. So, damn, I was hoping for a guide on the debate. Because it doesn't really matter. The debate only changes the ending slightly, but, it'd be satisfying. No, it's not Polemic Day, Ice Tray. Not for a little under a year. Would I even bother debating this guy? No, I'd pull out a gun and shoot him. Oh, wait, I don't have guns. Okay, I turned into a giant toad demon. What? What? But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And then walk away. He has defeated me. John Cleese is too much for me. Unfortunately, I have been told that I have to go ahead and debate John Cleese. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Nah, let's just see how badly we do. Save.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a simple checklist of virtue. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. After 6 topics, if you have a majority, you are the winner. By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. Now, shall we proceed?
Of course.
I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, The most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal?
You're the poor man here. Scarcity proves gold should be reserved for higher purposes. You have no understanding of us. Your stance betrays a worship of gold. Actually, value transcends currency. So I'm debating between value transcends currency and scarcity proves gold should be reserved for higher purposes. We'll go with this one.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How can you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel.
He's got a point.
Sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you.
Well, two is nice, but I kind of like this one. I mean, I know that's evil of me, but if we're going to conquer other lands, it must be measured and controlled. If you just expand and expand and expand, then you're going to fall apart like a fly in the cupboard.
Ah, all agree with me? Your downfall is assured. On to the next topic. Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here.
Yeah, pretty much, Dakota. Although, Yeah, all right, a coward's trinket, we will feed it to you.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. I challenge your foolish beliefs and the irrational behaviors they produce. Dragons, spirits, and even talk of unresting dead. Pah! Just look at the collective foolishness that you call a floating palace. The constant superstitious yammering of your peasants even has me seeing it. And how the bloody hell would you get a moat up there? It's ridiculous, I say.
I agree. You are debating your own eyes.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I say that you don't seem to understand the relationship between the ruling class and the peasantry. Your commoners are far too happy to be productive.
What?
A proper spiral of misery shows that they are doing a decent day's work. Your peasants only suffer because of foolish superstitions about the dead walking around.
I'm gonna go with factual.
What? My monocle must be fond. I can't see anyone in my
Yeah, that's what I
favor.
thought.
It appears they've reached a consensus against you, Sir Roderick.
Clearly these people are incapable of fairly comparing one of their own to an outsider. This is a farce.
So, I had a theory in the middle of that, and I proved it right with my last choice there. This is a switch puzzle. It's not actually a debate. The debate's just cover. You know how it labeled them? So, The guy on the far left was raging. The guy on the far right was sympathetic. Anytime you hit a switch, it and the nearby switches change whatever their position is. It's just like in KOTOR 1, right? When you go into the Imperial base in Terrace, I believe it is, you have to do the exact same puzzle. It's just there it was literally switches and levers rather than, people and dialogue options. But it is the exact same puzzle. So, and I noticed the weird, like, I picked my second, I think, option. I was like, well, that's weird. Because I noticed the pattern. I picked the third puzzle option, and that completely solidified it. So I was like, yeah, okay. So, you decided the rules. We have acted fairly.
Then perhaps it was my mistake to think you would be open to anything other than your own backwards ideals. Pah! I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debate, but true honor is decided on the dueling field.
Agreed.
The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it. Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of.
True evil. Whoops.
What? Good! Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You are about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world.
Except for here,
There will
apparently.
be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it.
And until you have opium... I'm sorry, I shouldn't even joke about that. The Opium Wars were really messed up. So that, you notice how much damage that did? I kind of wanted to show that off a little bit. That was one shot of his gun. There's another shot. And... did I get him, or did he get me? Nope, he got me. That was actually close.
Your concept of honor is outdated too. Finish a dog when he's down.
Then I die.
Percival, a towel.
So yeah, what I was going to say is I remember that fight being pretty rough. Go figure.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You know, it... Well, what shall be my... Well, I call attention to the... Well, shall I... Any decent... What?
Skippable cutscenes are amazing. Whoa! Okay, sure, that sucks.
Focus. Don't even forward.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Oh god, I'm gonna die again because I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
Stress these wounds.
Okay, we're okay. Screwed that up.
That was a fine display of skill.
Your concept of honor is outdated.
Right, Sir Roderick. Within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I suppose I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honour I cannot deny. Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter.
So, you can get a bunch of stuff here. a new buff gem. You could get... shoot, I don't actually remember what else. I was just looking at this list. You know, it doesn't matter, because there's only one thing I want. I want his frickin' gun.
Mirabelle is yours. Treat her well. She's a finicky lady. Right, Percival, fluff my travelling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
Like, why would you take anything but the gun? It's a gun. So what's funny is it's treated in-game as a combat style. So the way that kind of leans out here, give me a second, I'll kind of showcase it. We go over here to the thing. There we go. Let's go ahead and remap that. There it is to there. Honestly, let's just replace the sword, actually. Who needs the sword, am I right? I can't actually show it off at this exact moment in time. Although I could level it up. Actually, you know what? I think I will finally start spending some points. Well... do I want to? Hang on. So, damage increased, focus decrease, speed increase. Yeah, it's just straight up make it better. So that's 48. $69 points to max it out, which I actually don't have. So I'm actually not going to do that. Because I have something else I want to dump all my points into. But I have an idea. I have an idea. I'll cheat horribly. I'm kidding. I don't actually know cheats for this game. I'll go get some focus. There we go. By the way, anyone who I haven't said hi to, hi. Let's see. Shikor, Daedalus, Nemesis, Loner Tequota, Bio, Scottish, Zaluk, Leander, Blackfile. I saw Savicom earlier. Yes, there's undead, by the way. There's totally undead in this setting. I have put many spirits to rest. Yes, I'm going to use my chi to... Oh. Really, Shikor? Blue Wolf Alex, good morning. Yep, no cheating. It's a review, and I know that sounds contradictory, but I do try to avoid cheating for reviews. Even for lore run reviews. Shadow, who?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You! You could help me! You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place.
So... how could I help?
Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play! I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have... now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way.
I'll never say hello to you, Saldir. Never. Because your name was not on my screen when I said hello.
The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten. Once you change this scene, you change the very soul of the production. It's hardly my play at all if they perform it their way. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece. There's that, too. Anyone could take offense. Now I'm doubly concerned. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the, original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers.
Why 14?
I think you should do it. You'd make a wonderful Lady 14 Flowers.
If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines.
I'm not sure DLC existed as a concept at this point in time. Expansions did, but not DLC as we think of it. I'm pretty sure Horse Armor started that trend. Although, when did Oblivion come out? Alright, you want me to play Lady 14 Flowers?
Of course, all the roles are played by men, or at least women with the decency to pose as men playing women. It can get complex sorting it all out. Oh, they will. It's a role practically suited to one of your stature. It'll come to you as easily as pleasant scents on a spring wind.
Okay. Sure.
Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good... No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it!
So never mind. Apparently Oblivion came out the year after this game. Huh. Alright, let's look at the script he's got here. Let's see. Script. Right. Well, that's okay. We have the mythical save state. We should be fine. I wouldn't know, Bio. If I knew, it'd be on the website. That's kind of how that works.
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor.
I'm glad you checked the website, though, Bio. So what we're playing next, what we're streaming next, is dependent entirely on how much more time Jade Empire takes and where we're at afterwards. I don't always play a game when it comes out, after all. But there are always mitigating factors both for and against. So, again, we'll see. I was hoping to have finished this game by yesterday, if I'm being completely honest, because then I would have slotted KOTOR in today, figuring I could get KOTOR done in 4 days. However, since we now have a bare maximum of 3 days to do KOTOR, I'm not sure I'm actually going to work on that at that point. I don't think I can beat KOTOR in 3 days.
You? You're the replacement? Well, why aren't you in costume? If you're going to be playing Lady 14 Flowers, you'll need your dress! There's no time for you to run back and get yours. I'm sure we can find one to fit in the back, though most of our performers are less broad. Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here?
Totally.
Let me see that. No. This is all wrong. They sent you with the old script. Bloody Actors Guild is staffing itself with water buffaloes, I tell you. Here, have it back. The script's recently been revised, so even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage. Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing, just like normal. Understand?
Yeah, sure.
Just get at least half the lines correct and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage.
Sorry, I'm looking up the strategy guide for this one, because I'm actually curious what my options are. Hi, Mihawk. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I haven't actually signed up for Disney Plus yet, since I don't have a reason to right now. I will at some point. So our options here, by the way, we basically have three options. Original script, new script, or blah. We basically get nothing for going blah. But I think we're going to go with the original script. If I'm reading this right.
Have you read the script?
Oh yeah, totally know what I'm doing.
That's the spirit. Let's get you into the back and costumed up, Lady 14 Flowers.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
Hey, it's just like real China.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire.
Yeah, I know him too. I'm trying to place it,
To the
Daedalus.
east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves. And lo, to the west, he found enlightenment.
Is that just
among
Paul
the
Edding?
hills of the 6 holy scrolls.
I think that's Paul Edding.
But what word from the wastes of the horse lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word.
Yeah, no, that's totally Paul Edding.
My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today?
White, as it happens. It's kind of a egg white, kind of sort of with fuchsia. I rather like the contrast.
Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the horse lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached?
It was while the Emperor was indisposed. He does his best thinking in private, you see. Over midday meal, the Flower Guardians would allow nothing else. The deepest, blackest part of... No, yeah, so, dusk.
You phrase that most interestingly, Lady 14 Flowers. Why do I sense there is more to this story? But surely the might of the Jade Empire is unquestionable, and our will to victory unswayed. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north?
No, he was in his impromptu garden, raking sand. A vast plain.
Surely you mean the far edge, the Horse Lord camps broken behind him. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago?
Let's, so this is the other seditious line. In fact, you can see it right there. The flower guardians may blossom, but warmth of spring can hide an icy heart. You kind of see where this is going, I'm sure. But we'll go through... Heaven's reach is wide. Weather's not the same in all places, puzzle.
My lady, I sense that there is more to your story than I have gleaned. Perhaps my own perceptions blind me. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great emperor turned to?
His 2 drops Yitan, his personal food taster.
The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles? Wait, what word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady?
I mean, Sagacious 10 was just a little bored with always winning, to be frank. Oh, what I mean is, a shooting star traced the border of our lands.
A celestial event, most auspicious. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the Horse Lords and stretch the empire to the ends of the earth, but we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. Oh, the informant will suffer for a lifetime.
Yeah, no kidding, Alex.
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. The crowd loved it. Fantastic performance. You managed to hit every line perfectly.
At least we know you'll have something to fall back on if our other endeavors fail.
See you around, Ice Stream, or Ice Tray.
Our sponsor may not be happy with the version you read, but I've always preferred the old version of the play anyway. I guess Incisive Chorus put you up to this, because I know I gave you the new script to study. Good for him. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 Flowers on hand. Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure. The performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things I must attend to.
So yeah, on the off chance that you missed that, the sponsor paid for the play to be changed to be an indictment of the Lotus, which they were then tipped off by and were showing up to deal with. Now, I'm not sure of the motivation. As Takoida says, maybe it was just to try to get the troop shut down. But if we go with the original, they're just like, there's nothing there, and they just peace out, as you saw.
Had your, moment, did you?
You didn't come to watch?
I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is very kind to do that. I heard how it went. Fantastic! The scholars loved it. One's already asked for a copy of the manuscript. I'm sure there will be more. Perhaps as many as 3.
Whoa!
Here, I promised you this, and you should have it. Yes, that's it. Enjoy, and thank you so much. Oh, so much to do. So many, copies to make. Yes! Ha!
All 2 of them. So now that we have even more experience. Okay, so this is a good time to mention something. And I don't know what I think about this. So I'm curious of your guys' thoughts. I hinted at this earlier, but I haven't been spending my skill points basically at all, right? Like I've spent six points into that. And as a result of having put 6 points into this, which is actually 23, or excuse me, 24. So I've put 24 points into this, right? Excuse me. That means I have 88 points to play around with at this point in the game that I'm at, which would be barely enough to max out one skill. What do you think of that? Remember, there's no respec. So there's no like, oh, let me just refund these and put them into something else, which would solve any problems I have with this. There is New Game Plus, that is true. Although we'll judge that when we get there, because I don't remember exactly how it works. But yeah, you see the problem. It costs so much to really get into the higher ends of a talent. That's fine, except for the fact that it costs so many points. Again, as of right now, I can't max out a skill. I am incapable of maxing out one skill. If I wanted to max out Mirabelle right now, I can't. I don't have enough points for it. And that's my problem. I have been sitting on my points, not spending them on, Toad Demon, this whole time to help showcase this. I'm level 12. And I still can't do this. I could only do this if I hadn't spent any points into 1,000 Cuts, which maybe I shouldn't have done, admittedly. Now, Dakota says, do you need to have things maxed out? Well, that's valid. But to continue to make my point, I could, as of this point in the game, max out one thing. Just one. I believe 20 is the level cap. I could be wrong. My point is they really force you simply by, at least at this point in the game, simply by limiting the amount of available points you have. And it's not like I haven't been doing side quests and I haven't been getting extra experience all over the place. I haven't been skipping content is my point. I don't know. I'm going to have to debate this, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it in a minute. Please forgive me. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Still not feeling completely well. I have to admit that I was thinking in a similar lines to what Leander just mentioned. Why is there no sound? Oh, because I'm an idiot, apparently. In other words, this is the kind of thing that could lead to a negative, but isn't a negative in and of itself. I do still think it sucks in that it doesn't really let you see how good certain styles can get, unless you are specifically planning for it, basically. Yes, I have max time. But I do have to admit, it's all, yeah, it kind of discourages experimentation a little bit, but at the same time, it's also worth noting, most of these don't really change that much. Like, to use a direct example, 1,000 cuts increases damage, chi, and speed. Now, what I'm trying to say is that doesn't really fundamentally change the style. You know how it plays because it plays relatively the same from the moment you pick it up. These are just making it play better. Vertical progression rather than horizontal, to put it into such terminology. Most of these are like that. You know, speed increase, duration increased, add chi damage. Mirabelle is one of the only ones where it actually feels substantially different, and that's specifically because it is so damned slow. And so increasing the speed actually is a noticeable variance to the playstyle. But that, I think, is it. Like, everything else is just, you know, does more. Does better. You know, increase stats. When I say vertical progression, by the way, to make this very clear, doing 5 more damage is vertical progression. There's no variance there. You're just doing what you were already doing better. That's vertical. So, you know, this is all just stat increases. If this was variances, but it's not. I think I will mention it in the aggregate negative, because I don't think it's a good thing. But I don't think it's sufficient to really belong as part of a separate negative. But I don't think that's a major negative, so the actual score isn't changing at all, basically. Hi, Space Mojo. Well, that's the old talent tree question, Zalog.
Don't worry, Sung Tao. I'm doing everything I can to prove you're innocent.
I will say, I actually just misspoke just now. That's not vertical power progression. Not as it is usually defined. I should misuse my words there. I'm not sure what the proper term is for that. Linear, maybe? Versus lateral? I think that's correct. So, I'm sorry, so let me reuse my terms here to make sure we're all on the same page. Vertical power progression is you get higher level and you get stronger. Horizontal power progression is you have talents or abilities or magicite or materia or whatever. That's horizontal progression. And then there's linear progression, which is stat changes. And then there's lateral progression, which is variances in playstyle. Screwing up my own terminology. I apologize, everyone. Ugh. I actually like Sildir's idea. That's not a bad variance. So, for example, I've actually had the opportunity to get several other fighting styles that I kind of have. Like, I have Spirit Thief and Thousand Cut, and that's basically all. Oh, and Stone Immortal. No, that's magic. But my point... Oh, Heavenly Wave, that's the other one. You can kind of see the style here. You know, there's a weapon style, that's a magic style, that's a transformation style. So it would have been kind of cool that you could, rather than leveling up 1,000 cuts, you could level up hand-to-hand. And yeah, I could have bought other styles, which are other hand-to-hand styles, which obviously I was avoiding, because who cares? But, that is something you can do. So that's another thought to try and improve this overall system. And yes, by the way, Diablo 3 would be a fairly good example of lateral progression. The overwhelming majority of progression in Diablo 3 is lateral. Like, the amount you gain from going up a level is minuscule. It's all on the skills, the mutators on the skills, and the equipment, which is entirely horizontal, and lateral, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Point being, damn it! We need a 4-dimensional thing here.
Good day, sir. Are you the new investigator I sent for?
Yes!
No, I can tell from your attire that you're not from the Ministry. Oh, this is terrible. Everyone I send for disappears. There are powers at work here that are beyond my means to control.
Who are you?
I am Prefect Jitong. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced appropriately. But there are complications with my current trial. I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling. But one of the high-ranking ministers is trying to get him released, and he wants me to convict another man. The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his innocence. I need you to find proof so I can present it to the Minister of Justice.
Yeah, where I come from, we call that a conflict of interest, but, you know, whatever.
Really? You will help me? Thank you. Thank you so very much. I need to find proof that Ling is the guilty one, and by so doing, exonerate Song Tao. If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask someone to discover the truth, they disappear or turn up dead.
Oh, great.
Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows me and my men. He won't talk to us.
Okay. Hi, Lycon. Hello, Theratos.
I've known Scholar Song Tao for several years. His uncle and my father were good friends. I only wish I knew why the governor wants him accused of this crime. If you want to know more about Song Tao, you should speak with him yourself.
One moment. I just got a donor box monthly thing going towards Thronebreaker. So note. And if you happen to be there, Aaron, thank you very much, as always. I am the law.
Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required.
Okay, tell me about the connection.
I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere, but you could speak to him without raising suspicion.
So, slave traders?
I wish there was something concrete I could tell you. They're like a whisper on the wind or a shifting shadow. You think you see something, and then there's nothing. Whoever is behind the slavers must have a great deal of power. To remain that invisible is a hard thing to do. Good. Look for him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. It's upstairs at the Imperial Arena. Don't scare him away. If we lose him, we lose our last connection to Ling.
A difficult situation to be placed in. I hope we are up for the challenge.
Well, alright. We got this. Whoops. Of course. I keep hitting M trying to pull up the map. Doesn't work. Okay, so he's there. He's there. That reminds me. Where's the other... This way, I believe? Yes.
Do you really think we'll find Second Brother here in the city?
Why ask me? I don't even want to be here. Second Brother probably decided he didn't want to listen to Master Radiant anymore, and left to get some peace.
Never! Second Brother is devoted to Master Radiant. If anything, I suspect Master Smiling Hawk had something to do with his disappearance.
What? You dare accuse Master Smiling Hawk?
Quiet, you worms. You're here to look for Second Brother, not bicker like schoolchildren. Now get moving.
Is it the tie, Gum Gum? It's the tie, isn't it?
You're a fool if you believe what Master Smiling Hawk teaches. Brute force is not always the best way to win a battle.
Oh, and Master Radiant's ways are better? I don't think so. Brute force is the only way to get what you want, and I can prove it.
How?
I'll show you. Hey you! What do you think you're doing here? Get out of here or we'll throw you out!
I mean, I'm just passing through.
Ha! You sound like my weakling friend over here. Oh, please let me pass? No. Now, how about you just turn yourself around before you get hurt?
But I could kill everyone in this entire area. So...
You don't hear so well, do you? Maybe we'll just have to show you what we mean.
Okay.
Come on, let's teach our visitor some respect.
Mirabelle.
So that's Mirabelle. God, I love Mirabelle. Oh, we're out of focus. Okay. Alright, now we'll do this the old-fashioned way. You're gonna die! You're gonna die. There is no escape. Suffer endlessly. You're poisoned by the way. Leave our novices alone. If you want to fight, you can fight me.
Third brother, that is no way to treat a guest.
This guest is to talk to novices, and you're just looking the other way? You were just like Master Radiant, weak and...
Leave us, third brother, before you disgrace the school and yourself, and take these novices with you. I'm very sorry about that. We are not accustomed to having visitors. My name is First Brother Kai. Welcome to the Black Leopard School.
Sorry I caused any problems with my gun.
No, nothing more than usual. Normally this kind of thing would never happen. Fortunately, you seemed more than capable of handling the situation. In all my years, I've never seen anyone but a master with skills like yours. I would not normally ask, but would you be interested in joining our school? It would be an honor to have someone of your skill.
Sure. Sure.
Excellent. I must speak with the masters on your behalf. They are the final judge of such matters. Wait here.
Basically, it's a Chewbacca thing, Shikor. It's a Huttese thing.
Good news. Master Radiant agreed to let you join. A rare honor indeed. In fact, he would like to meet with you once you have proven yourself. First, however, Master Radiant wants to ensure that your fight against the novices was not just luck. You must now defeat each of the brothers here at the school.
No, I really do have a gun.
Good. A positive attitude will win you many fights before you even begin.
Here, hold still. Alright, next.
You have proven you can defeat our novices. Now you must prove yourself against the brothers. The brothers have trained long and are second only in skill to the masters. Sixth brother is the least skilled, so you will start with him. Work your way to third brother. If you succeed against him, you will then challenge me.
Okay.
You'll find plenty of challenges here, I assure you. I must be honest with you. I believe Master Radiant has a plan in allowing you to join us. As you may have heard, there are 2 masters at this school. Master Radiant and I have tried for some time to temper Master Smiling Hawk's ways. He is cunning and ruthless, and has little regard for students. Normally I wouldn't speak openly about such things, but you are new, and your skill will draw his attention. Be careful. Master Smiling Hawk is a dangerous man.
Okay.
Good. You'll need to speak with each of the brothers and ask them to fight with you. I'm sure they'll be more than eager to oblige. Once you've defeated all the brothers, come and see me. Good luck.
Well, okay, I guess. We just switched to Mirabelle here for no reason.
So you're the one who was challenging our novices earlier. That might impress Master Radiant, but it won't get you noticed by Master Smiling Hawk. I'm 6th Brother Gao Shan. If you think you can defeat a disciple of Master Smiling Hawk, challenge me. I assure you, I'm much tougher than the novices.
Okay.
Alright, follow me.
I could just fight you here.
Mirabelle.
Aw. There we go.
That was lucky. I'll be ready for you next time.
That was a shotgun. Well, it was a blunderbuss. I like how it heals me after each time, so I can just keep using the gun. Each time. It's not even that good yet. The gun really does need to be upgraded several times to really be worth a damn. Listen, Savakam. It's very simple. If you're trying, no, I'm kind of with you. In a lot of, I mean, I don't know if you saw any of our Expedition Viking thing, but there's a non-lethal mode in that game. So we would be attacking people with bows and arrows and axes set to stun. And of course, as I've pointed out before, in Star Trek Online, you can literally, and this is where the trope kind of began, you can literally set flamethrower to stun, which is something I showed off during the STO lore run. So, actually it's even better than that now, because now I have a portal to the sun set to stun. As in case you haven't seen it, Savakam, I open a portal to a star, and just this blindingly death doom heat ray of death goes, and I can set that to stun.
You may have defeated.
So.
You filthy little swine! Look what you've done! Do you think I have nothing better to do than to clean up after you pigs all day long?
Yes, mistress. I mean, no, mistress.
Get out! Get out of here before I break your skull open, you little rat! This isn't a public restaurant. We only serve the students here. You'll have to go back to the city if you're hungry.
I actually am a student.
Well, good for you. Do you want me to bake a special dessert in your honor?
That would be lovely, yes, thank you.
Questions about what? Go ask your teacher if you have questions.
No, I was just... Who are you?
Me? Is this some ploy to get an extra serving of fish in your soup tonight? It won't work, you know. But since you asked... I am the headmistress here at the school. I organize everything that these witless fighters forget to do. Paperwork, laundry, cooking, you name it. It's a thankless job, Never so much as a smile or a wave as I'd labor over my work. If it wasn't for me, this place would fall apart.
But what do you know about the Masters?
Masters? Ha! I'm the only master of this school. Those other two hide in their rooms all day long doing who knows what. How can you be master of anything when you never participate? It's unnatural. Of course, it wasn't always that way, or at least that's what I've heard. There was only one master once. Makes sense to me. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as I always say.
Hello, Cord.
Good. I have work to do.
So anyways, strange lady. Oh, right. You cannot open that door. This is not the time to use that, Red. God. Fight me with Mirabelle. I gotta be honest, as much as I hate to do it, I'm really tempted to put some points into Mirabelle. I think I will. Just a few. Dozen. There we go.
Hello, my name is Fourth Brother Yu, and you must be the new prodigy. First Brother told us to watch out for you. He said that you're very talented.
With a gun?
Of course, until you've defeated Fifth Brother, I'll just have to take his word for it. Is there something else I can do for you in the meantime?
Yeah, apparently I'm on the wrong brother. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot to do this in order. And so that's fourth. There's fifth.
You must be the new student. I'm Fifth Brother Shang Jin. There's been quite a stir regarding your entry into the school. Most unorthodox. It would seem Master Radiant is up to his tricks again. Regardless, you've defeated Sixth Brother, so we can spar. Would you care to try your skills against mine?
Yes.
Good. Follow me.
By the way, the one thing I didn't upgrade was damage.
Thank you for the opportunity to learn from you. Goodbye.
You're welcome. That's why I went ahead and upgraded it, because it's just funny using the gun.
Good to see you again. What can I do for you?
I'd like to shoot you.
Let's go then.
Thank you. He's so accommodating. Yeah, this gun is just stupid, by the way. Fully upgraded, this thing really is ridiculous.
Very impressive. I can see the masters were right to let you train with us. Well, thank you for the fight.
What I also love is, as I mentioned earlier, it's treated as a style. And I like the idea that that's how he literally, in character, adjusts it into his worldview. This is the style of the quick hit. This is the style of the big hit. This is the style of blowing your brains out.
Now, thank you, Third Brother. That is all. You are dismissed.
Hello, evil one.
So, you are the new student I have heard so much about. Rarely does someone so young display the ability that you have shown.
With a gun.
I noticed that you did not come from one of our usual schools. Do you mind if I ask you who your real master is?
Yes, Master Lee.
I don't think I've heard of him. Nevertheless, he obviously taught you well. You have talent. And with Second Brother's death, we have need of a new brother.
What happened to Second Brother?
I asked him to do something for me. He refused.
So you killed him.
Let me be blunt. Master Radiant is holding this school back. He's holding me back. Radiant is weak. He follows the way of harmony. His methods are slow and pitiful. This school belongs to me. I want Master Radiant removed, and you're the one to do it. You have certain abilities. that will enable you to defeat my rival.
It's called a gun. As a quick aside, I want you to imagine for a moment how messed up it would be if Sith, as in philosophy Sith, and Jedi both trained at the same school. And it's not that hard to imagine because Harry Potter exists.
I would deal with it myself, if I could. However, Radiant is a unique problem, and you are the solution. You are the only one here capable of defeating Master Radiant. And rest assured, I will reward you extremely well for ridding me of him. To begin with, you'll have to deal with First Brother Kai. Destroy him, and you'll only be left with Radiant. But together, they would be too powerful.
And what do I get in return?
Do as I ask, and I will teach you things that no one else can. I also have a few rare items that should appeal to you. Simply kill First Brother and Master Radiant. The task is straightforward.
Can't I just kill you? Yet no.
You are a fool! You could have had everything. Instead, you will not survive your match with Third Brother. I will see to it. Now get out!
Oh god, Savacom. Yes, I could picture that. Alright, well, whatever. Time to go kill Third Brother. I mean, defeat Third Brother. Your talk is cheap. I shall enjoy watching you suffer, is what he just said. We in the business like to call this stun locking. It's kind of cheap, but, you know.
Oh no, you.
You cheated. You can't beat me. I'm better than you.
Do not disgrace yourself further, Third Brother. Accept your defeat and learn from it. That was quite a match. I've never seen Third Brother Rinshan fight that well, and yet you still beat him.
Thanks, it was a difficult fight.
Master Radiant was sure you would prevail. He asked me to bring you to him once you defeated Third Brother. You won't have to test yourself against me after all. Come, let's go see him. He is anxious to speak with you.
So yeah, we saw this coming. This is why he wanted us to kill him, because we have the ability to defeat spirits. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, you're dead. So apparently, he keeps his death a secret? Yes, how did you die?
Master, I never...
So before Smiling Hawk was a master, he was Third Brother Liu. He was gifted, although not a very good fighter. He preferred books and knowledge over combat, but his thirst for knowledge was unhealthy. Remember, books kill. Go watch TV, or the Lore Runner. Smiling Hawk was never content with his place here. Eventually he sought to move beyond his station and take what he had not earned. He was smart, but he wasn't wise. He discovered a technique that allowed him to harness another person's style and power. The technique was unnatural. I reprimanded him and told him to stop dabbling in things he couldn't control. In my arrogance, I assumed he would obey my wise instructions, but nope. Nod head and pretend to be listening. You're picking up First Brother's bad habits. At any rate, Smiling Hawk decided to try this technique on me. With my power, he could become First Brother and more! But he failed to realize the true nature of the technique. It doesn't borrow your style and power, it frickin' kills you. So, with one stealthy encounter, he not only gained my fighting powers, but eliminated the one person who could challenge him. But nothing more humiliating for a master than waking up and realize you've been beaten by a bookworm in your own room, no less. Anyways, there's a fine line between ambition and greed, need and lust. He crossed the line and hasn't looked back since. He chose the easy route to power, but it cost him. The power has changed him and corroded his spirit, but also makes him very powerful. It's called the dark side. So anyways, your skill can defeat him. As a spirit, I can see your power. It is different For you, it's almost as if you're the player character. I won't tell you he can't harm you, but I'm certain he can't steal your power. Not the same way he stole mine, anyways. His sole advantage is stealing the power of others, but he can't steal what he's already stolen, or so he believes. He has no experience battling spirits and fears he may just lose. He is driven by greed, but controlled by fear. Okay. Why didn't he just tell everyone you were dead? How would he explain it? He would have to know I was dead, of course. Unless he had something to do with it. To prove my death, he would have to implicate himself. Okay, well, let's go destroy him. Ugh. Wrong one. Wrong direction. It's okay, I won't use the toad. I'll use the most unstoppable technique of all. The Zelda technique. Gonna go save in really quick. Actually, I should do Toad and then switch to the gun. Remember, forms are actually weak to weapons, so...
I should have killed you sooner. You had such promise. But in the end, you were just like second brother. Soon you will share his fate as well.
Blah, blah, blah. Why do you hate Radiant so much?
Radiant is dead. His time has passed. Now is the time for the living. Help me destroy him and I will make this school more powerful than ever before.
Dude, you literally just threatened to kill me.
Now you see why I need you. You have the power to deal death to the spirits, to Radiant.
You literally...
I'll give you one chance to change your mind. Now that you have seen what Radiant truly is, help me remove him and I will reward you.
What do you guys think? Should we help the incredibly obviously evil person? For no good reason?
I liked you, and I had so hoped we could come to some sort of agreement. But I suppose that just won't work.
Okay. Cutscene power!
Now I will give you a demonstration of true skill. Unfortunately, you won't be around long enough to learn from it.
I literally can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh god, I'm disoriented. Doesn't work in this form! Copy this! Yeah, by the way, I'm immune to magic. What?
No, third brother. I have a much better use for you.
And he rips out his soul.
Now we will finish this.
Mirabelle. Toad Demon 4.
Alright, you know what? Fine. You really want me to play dirty? I was gonna be funny. In honor of Who Girl, who's been having a lot of fun at that concert, I hope. And if she hasn't been, then we're gonna have some talks here.
Master Smiling Hawk! You killed him!
Excellent, Who Girl. And thank you very much for the sub. Much obliged and appreciated as always. Love the hair, by the way. Looks really good on you. So, where would you like to put that, Who Girl? He chose his fate. Attack me and your fate will be similar.
What? No! First Brother sent me to find you. He was worried Master Smiling Hawk's followers might overwhelm you. I can see that isn't the case.
Nope.
Master Radiant and First Brother are waiting for you. I'll go tell them that you survived.
Well done.
Master, why must you leave? I still have so much to learn from you, and we need a strong master to rebuild the school.
Wise choice. Kai will make an excellent master. So I defeated Smiling Hawk, and he gets to be master.
Thank you. If it wasn't for you, well, this never would have happened. It seems to me that you're the one who should receive this honor.
Yeah, no, I got stuff to do. So what he just said in summary was, you're a great fighter, but you're no master. Should I mention that in the bad dark side ending, we take over the country? Your thanks, Susan. I didn't really want to be master. So he gives us a style.
I would speak with you alone, Master Radiant, before you go. If you wait outside, I will join you in a minute. I have something I would like to offer you, and thanks for your help.
Okay. Paralyzing Palm. Which is exactly what it sounds like.
Master Radiant has gone, and I'm left to lead this school on my own. I'll miss him very much, but at least we are rid of Smiling Hawk. I wanted to thank you for all you've done, but I also wanted to show you some items that belong to Master Smiling Hawk. I thought you might find something of interest.
I'll take all of those.
You're welcome to visit the school and spar with us whenever you like. Students need someone like you to knock some sense into them from time to time.
Sure, let me just get my gun here.
And I should get back to the students. There's so much I need to do, I barely know where to begin.
Oh yeah, true. You actually become a god. But you do still conquer. I mean, it's important to keep that in mind. Conquest still happens. All the conquest. Wow, I already have one of those. Huh. Listen, Savakot, listen. Don't you think you'd be stunned if you got shot by a blunderbuss? Like, that's a fairly stunning action, I would imagine. Okay, so that was a bundle of exp and a level. I think, so what I want to do is I want to finish the other bounty quest, and then I think we're at the point where we have to go do the main plot. I don't remember where the bounty quest is, so I'm going to look that up really quick. Just checking something here. Oh, yeah. I need to see the Minister of Culture. I forgot about him. Let's go see the Minister of Culture really quick. Was it the Necropolis? I'll take your word on it. I don't remember. Because I'm terrible and stupid. Ow. And in a bit of pain. Wasn't the minister, like, right here? Because he had his dude insulting people right here. So where's the minister? Oh, let me guess. He's probably in the actual garden now. And I just walked right by him or something. I didn't see your post, Two Girl, so thank you for repeating it. As I say, if I don't say something out loud, I didn't get it. That's how I keep myself clear and cohesive. So, putting that towards Ace Attorney 2. And thank you very much, XM. Much obliged as always, sir. Thank you. And I will put that towards Legend of Dragoon. Oh, I'm gonna have to come up with some new icons soon. Getting to the 29-month mark. My goodness. Yeah, I saw the new Sonic movie trailer. It does look better, but the cynic in me is wondering, to put it simply. Ah, he is. He's right friggin' here.
A well-fought victory against that outlander buffoon. You showed that he could not best us in battle, mentally or physically. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. Please take this token sum of silver as payment. You certainly earned it.
Oh, gotcha, Blackfile. I was wondering a little bit, but whatever. So, it was an honor to defend the Empire from the other Empire.
Your service is appreciated. If only there were more like you in the Empire.
There used to be... It's your own nemesis. I was already going to see it because people have already paid me to see it. Sildeer. I have literally already had people donate money for me to go see Sonic, so... Yeah, we're probably going to go ahead and do a discussion stream on that whenever it comes out. That may be the first movie I go to see by myself in many, many, many years, though, because I'm not sure I can convince anyone to go with me. We'll see. I've got until February, I believe. So, I've never actually played the Gothics, but I'm well aware of them, Solihila. And I've heard many things, good and bad, about the series. Oh, I should do this quest. Right. So we could do the Necropolis, but I kind of want to do... Well, let's see where this leads real quick.
Hold on there. This way leads into the Necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
Oh. Oh, okay. What's wrong in there, though?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the Necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to clear them out, if we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there.
Right.
We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
When did this start?
Things have been bad over the past few, let's say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Not happy at all.
Alright, thanks for the warning.
If you're still going in there, just watch your back.
You know, I hate to comment on this because I need to take another quick AFK break here, but I'm with Dakota. I kind of wish they had actually saved State of Denial, Saldir. I kind of wish they had actually saved the revelation about the reincarnation thing until later in the game. It would make certain moments like these have a little bit more impact, other than, well, duh. You know, of course the Necropolis is screwed up because no one's dying properly. Anyways, I'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm not doing too great today. Headache's gone. Mostly gone. Okay. Where's...
Of course, Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her...
Okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. I plead the fifth, Dakota. I'm not sure anyone wants to hear about that. Hello, Sonashi. Yes and no. I would rather feel this than headache, but that's just because I really hate headaches. Okay.
Kill.
Hey, it's some black mages.
Mirabelle. Have to try harder.
Aww. Come on, poison the ghost. Okay, I should probably... Hello? Hello? It wouldn't let me get out of toad form. That was really strange. It literally would not let me leave toad form.
Kill. Death.
See you, Cord.
Well, stranger, you have some spirit to you. You fight like a demon. Those poor lost souls didn't stand a chance against you. I could use the skills of a man like you. An honest working man like me can't compare with someone like you, but you can definitely help me with a problem I've been having. My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job to look over the necropolis and make sure all the peaceful souls are laid to rest.
Hi there, Trinius.
I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the books and everything. Nice, proper burials. But now, with all these ghosts rising again, I've got problems. No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all the burial money to all the families of the ghosts now. I can't afford it. So, I just want you to do a little job for me. Nothing hard. Just put the ghosts back where they belong. Quiet them down a bit. Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. Can't have you going away empty-handed now, can we? So, what do you say?
I slowly walk up to him. I say, you know, this reminds me of a tale of the great flocks. I can't do it. I can't do it like he does it. Not right now. Yeah, no. Hey, Christopher Falcon. If I ever needed an argument that nostalgia is not the only reason old games are good, well, I'm living proof of it right now, because I haven't really played this game all that much, and I'm still enjoying myself. Also, there are several games that Third played for the first time that he still enjoyed, despite them being SNES era. So, you know, there's that too. But no, the only reason we enjoy older games is nostalgia. God, I hate that argument so much. I hate that argument so much. No, FF6 is a bad game. You only like it because of nostalgia. Do you know how many times I've heard that in my life? I know you're not, I'm sorry. I know you're not saying it, Christopher Falcon. I apologize. I don't mean to imply. It's just you reminded me of that. Because, for example, I've streamed KOTOR, which I have played many times, and I've had people say, "Oh, you only like KOTOR because of nostalgia." And it's like, no! I mean, it's a flawed game, but it's a good game. But yes, this is the GOG version. Anybody having trouble getting this version running, this version works great. So, I have had no issues getting this sucker running and streaming, which is even harder than getting a game running. Yeah. Recently, Pax and I actually had a discussion about, you know, what makes a really good RPG. And obviously that's going to depend on the individual and preference and blah, 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 blah. But both of us agreed that there are a few games out there that really just do have a lot of what you'd kind of want in an RPG. And funnily enough, both of us agreed that Final Fantasy VI is on that list. Even now. Even to this day. Just to go back to the older game thing. The Sonic what? Hang on, let me take a drink here, Dream Whisperer. Ahem. I do think it looks better. I'll go ahead and give you the quick and dirty there. I am a cynical person, and I do think that at least part of this was planned by someone. And I do feel bad for the animators who probably had to work unpaid overtime to get that done. But, you know.
Dancing pretty lights. There's fire in the air and fire inside. They scream like music.
Syndragosa?
You'll scream like a demon when fading moon puts the light inside of you.
No, it was a weapon. It was a staff. In fact, it was the first staff I had. So there's a bounty on your head.
There's more than that on my head. There's a crown of flame that burns all the time, even when it gets tighter.
I feel you, Cord.
Scream like those maggot people leeching off the Empire until they burn.
Seriously, Alex. Whoa there, lady. Let me fix your problems here with a gun. There we go. Wow, she only took 2 shots. Remember, I have not upgraded the damage on that thing. So, you know. Hello? Anyone here? I have played several horror games, but I'm not into the genre in general, Christopher Falcon. Usually for me, the kind of horror games I like are games that aren't actually horror games. They are games that have horror elements to them. Like Assassin's Creed or Metroid is another good example. Those aren't horror games, but you can see how they have horrifying elements to them. Completely different approach. I'll go ahead and refill a little bit. Nah, I don't need to. Change my mind. Can someone do me a favor and head to speedruns.com really quick? I'm just curious what the record is for this game. The one I'm playing right now. Oh, wait, don't tell me, Christopher Falcon. It's either Fear or Silent Hill. Am I right? It was Silent Hill, okay. Yes, it's because I'm afraid. There's scary things. That's actually longer than I thought it would be, Shikar. I'm assuming that's any percent. What do you mean, Cord? A weirdly empty area. Probably because I just refused to do the quest. Focus evade. It's mostly the dystopian stuff, Alex. Like, when you read about exactly what the Templars have been doing across history, that's the horrifying stuff. Like, whenever I think of Gerald Ford, or is it Gerald Ford? Whatever. The Ford. Whenever I think of Ford, that's what I think of when I think of horror elements inside of Assassin's Creed. Just, what in the world? Oh, wrong thing. I know I've used that example before, but by God, that's just messed up, what he did. Excuse me. Okay, Henry Ford, thank you. Oh, so in other words, what you're saying, Cord, is like, let's say I recently watched a Pokemon Crystal speedrun and therefore got a urge to replay Pokemon Gen 2. Something like that. And hello, Hyperspeed. We're making the Empire a safer place by killing people. Yeah, I could see the Deus Exes being horrifying too, or horror elements. Now we're gonna go get congratulated for killing someone.
Always a... Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants... That was her mistake.
She made the mistake of going after people with money.
Yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's the standard bounty. Accept it with the thanks of the Empire. Well, that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills.
Right. Wait, does he have a new quest?
Always a... I know little more than...
Hang on.
Not as such. The...
Okay, never mind. He's just talking about me.
Great bounty hunter to have dealt with two cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though.
Guys, my tattoo is starting to talk.
There's something very odd about this man, but I can't say what.
There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those two. Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School.
And what is she accused of?
She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. She is a terror upon the face of the Empire. Murder, theft, and worse, yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known as Aishi the Mournful Blade.
Right. And how do you know where the criminal can be found?
I watched her walk into this city, and now I tell you, there's no mystery in this.
Right. So, why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to know. My role in this matter is of no concern to you. I am simply an old man who sees a chance for some good to come from bad.
Okay.
When you reach her, you should ask her for her story. She has a most interesting tale to share.
Yeah. I'm sure it's nothing, guys. Y'all worry too much. Let's go kill someone because someone else told us to. That's what being an adventurer is all about, right? Can I just share my favorite video so far I've seen from Death Stranding is it's a shot of him failing at staying upright because you have to use the controls to walk straight and not lose your equipment and lose your cargo. So he falls over and passes out and dies, and then wakes up in Skyrim. Yeah, I know, I'm a weirdo. I actually rather like that particular meme. At least when it's done well.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn around and walk away. That one didn't listen to me. I hope you have more sense.
That's true, SJ, and that's horrible, Gum Gum. An old man said you had a story to tell.
I have a tale to finish. I see no need to tell it to anyone but myself. Stranger, if you continue to talk to me, I will stand up and face you. If that happens, our meeting will end with one of our deaths.
I mean, I got a gun.
So be it.
Oh my god, it's the same woman.
Looked death in the eye and refused to blink. She is strong.
She actually got rid of Dawnstar.
Not what I expected. Harmony surrounds you and flows out into the world as you pass. I have a story I would share willingly with you if you would hear it.
Yeah, alright.
Do you know anything of me? Anything of the terror that is Aishi, the Mournful Blade?
Well, I know you started a criminal organization in this other town, and I helped you get a husband, actually, if you remember.
In my years in this empire, I have been a wanted criminal, a bandit, a murderer, and worse. I have burned entire towns to the ground to avenge some petty dispute between lords and led men to slaughter peasants by the score for their meager possessions. It is all too easy to lose your conscience once you have denied it. I was not always like this, but I remember all too well how my descent began.
Tell your story to the ghosts when you join them. I'll talk about no men in a moment.
My father died when I was still a girl, and with him gone I felt no sense of direction. I had no other family to turn to, and so I was alone. I met a boy. He was a natural leader. He had drive and direction. I was in love. He used to enjoy tormenting the children of our village, and I thought it was all fun. Then, one day, he pushed a young boy into the river outside of town. It was fast-moving and would have swept the child away, but he managed to grab hold of a rock.
So, why was he do such a thing?
Why, indeed. In the intervening years, I've come to believe that it was more than simple horseplay. There was a gleam in my young man's eye that I cannot forget. The child screamed for help. His cries were shrill with terror, for he could not swim. I moved to help him, but I felt a hand on my arm. The boy I loved turned to me and said, If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we have done. We have to let him go. Something in his voice. I believed him. That poor child was swept away in the current and was found dead downriver days later. We never told anyone what we had done, but I could never forget. If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we've done. We have to let him go. Simple words, but they still echo in my head even now. Nights are worse. I can't sleep for the screams of that boy as he washed away. I still hear them to this day. Whether that moment was mine or not no longer matters. I've done far worse since, always hoping to forget what happened. As if the cries of others would drown out that child's. That is why I have come here now. I am tired of my life, but at least I have lived it. He deserved to live as I did, but has never felt a moment's remorse for his part in that day. If you came here because of the rich reward on my head, you may even know him. Captain Sin of the Imperial Army is my quarry. I must make him pay for that boy's life.
Wait, Captain Sen? The guy who, when I googled him earlier, was listed under the villains wiki? Oh my gosh. Sorry.
You know him, clearly. Until now, I wasn't sure how I would approach him, but you may have provided the answer. If you help me, I know how I can reach Sin. You need merely to escort me to his station by the gate. A subdued prisoner could get close enough to deal with Sin. Once I have dealt with him, you shall have your bounty. I couldn't let you be implicated in my final murder.
I mean, I'm fine with it, really. Yeah, let's do this. It's now time to die. No, seriously, let's go.
Let's go write an ending to my tale.
Doodly doodly doodly. You're terrible, Gum Gum.
What is the meaning of this?
Hi.
Hello, my love. Or should I call you by your rank now, Captain Sin? Surely it's been a very long time.
Aishi, what are you doing here? You're a wanted criminal. You can't be here.
The other hint was it's Fred Tatasciore voicing the captain. Like, I'm sure he voices someone who's not a villain in some game somewhere around the line, but...
It's time I paid for my crimes.
Well, it's good to see our new bounty hunter was able to bring you in. Frankly, Aishi, I thought you'd fight to the death. You weren't this weak when...
No, I was weak. Otherwise I would have ignored you by the river. I'm going to pay for my crimes, but there's one thing I have to do first. I have to kill you.
What? No! Guards!
Your men will be dead before they can get within 3 paces of me, Captain. Don't order them to their deaths.
Nice swords.
I already owe you 1 lifetime of pain. Do not bring more than that upon yourself.
She's mad! She means to kill me! You, protect me. I'll double the bounty.
As if I give a crap about money. Okay, I like that. If I help you, you'll only tell others what I've done. I have to let you go.
Damn you both! You're both going to waste away between worlds! I'll make sure the underworld won't take your rotting corpses!
Sin is dead, dead like that poor boy we let wash away. I should have made him suffer more.
Eh.
Stranger, I cannot thank you enough. I have touched 1,000 lives with my crimes, and yet now I feel some peace. It is time my story ended. I have only one more favor to ask. Face me now, and grant me an honor... No, there is no honor left for me. Just grant me an end.
What do you guys think? We can kill her. We can say screw you, death to everything. Ah. Or we can let her walk away. In peace. What do you think? I will show you the power of toad anger. Smack. And a smack. And a poison smack. I think I'm going to go with 1, because it's actually kind of mean, but more to the point, because at least it's offering something constructive. I have to be honest, though, in her position, I would rather you pick 2, but whatever.
You can't be the one to let Aishi the Mournful Blade walk free. That would cast undeserved suspicion upon you, and that crime I will not commit.
Nah, that's cool. I got this.
Face me, and let this battle be glorious enough that the city will talk of it for generations.
Okay, listen, it's not going to be a glorious battle. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, listen, I have a gun. This isn't going to be a glorious battle, because I have a gun. See? Just go walk away. Walk away. Don't make me destroy you. Like that, basically. Well, shoot. Hey.
What is with all these stories about ghosts these days? Has gullibility
I hoped it would end this way. She may have found some peace. Here, take this. It's something Aishi would have wanted you to have, I think. I hate for a good deed to go unrewarded.
Good deeds are their own reward, I agree.
Ha! There's little reward in a good deed, and just the opposite for those who walk the low path. I know that better than most. Aishi the Mournful Blade was my daughter.
So... she said her father died when she was young.
Wait, he's dead. He's a ghost, but his will is so strong I couldn't tell until just now.
Some things are stronger than anger, Spirit Monk. Love is one of them.
So's a gun.
I died before the gates to the underworld closed, but I couldn't let go of my daughter. I worried for her, and rightly so, but I think she will find peace now. Every ghost slips into madness over time, but some of us have a reason not to. We can fight back the longing and despair for a time.
Yet none of the dead can find peace right now. That's kind of a job.
I know that, Spirit Monk, but I am a patient man, and I refuse to let myself slip away. I have some idea of what you face. Take my best wishes as you try to set things right. I have waited for more than 2 decades. I can wait a bit more, and now I have a reason to smile.
Well, alright, whatever. God, we are really open palm at this point. Look at that. Oh my God, really? Okay. Did that. We have one more quest to do. One more side quest to do, more accurately.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
First, the quest of checking the document. I mean, Tor's kind of been the exception one way or the other in the past, Vigilance. That doesn't exactly surprise me. And thank you very much, sir. Much obliged as ever. No men. So, once upon a time, I was trying to explain the difference between spoilers and mentions. If you've never heard me talk about this before, most people seem to think that the only way to spoil a work is to give away a twist. It was his sled, for example. However, I have discovered over many years that there are plenty of ways to spoil a game, especially a game, but also a movie or a show, even if you don't spoil an actual twist. For example, and I'm just going to make something up. Oh man, you should see the new Godzilla film. There's this scene where he like grabs the moon and like ricochets it off Venus and hits someone in the face with it with this super. It's really cool, right? Or, to rewind a little bit, if I was to say something like, oh man, I can't wait for you to see the big awesome battle scene in the second act of such and such film, or oh, I can't wait for you to try out this one boss. This one boss is super awesome. All of those things are mentions, which also basically create a presumption. They make an expectation happen. So now walking into the film, I know that there's this super awesome scene coming, which I may or may not like. If I don't like it, I'm going to not like it more because I was told it was awesome. If I like it, I'm going to like it less because I knew it was coming. In short, mentioning can spoil a work just as much as actually spoiling. So, all that said, one time I was streaming Dragon Age Origins. In fact, it specifically came up during Dragon Age Awakening, by memory. And as I was going through it, I was like, hey, guys, stop mentioning Inquisition. I want to go into blind. And people started saying, well, we're not spoiling anything. And so I had to explain everything I just said to you. So I put up a sign that was to say, no mentioning Dragon Age Inquisition, please. We want to go in blind. However, because I had the font set completely wrong, what actually showed up on screen was "No men" in giant capital letters. So I thought that was hysterical. I still do, if I'm just being completely honest. No men! And so it kind of stuck. For a while, we actually had a no men emote. I actually had to get rid of it because, you know, people might assume that means something else for some reason. Right. So I have one last quest to do here. Oh, man.
Hello again. Hello again. All right.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure. Good afternoon, Delbar. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, no men. Alright, time to prove this guy's innocence.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me?
I am the most skilled fighter here.
Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. I need people who let actions speak for them. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
You approached me, dude. And yes, there's no tape inside. I still can't explain why that was so funny to me. But it was. Also, is this just, like, joke day? What the heck, guys?
What do you want? Do I know you?
Oh, it's Lormum. So it's all done and done? Question mark. No more? Question mark. If so, that's amazing. It's been like 9 months. So, I know you, Zibao.
Really? Lots of people know me. So what? I'm a little busy right now. I've got a bowl of wine that needs drinking, so why don't you just find someone else to bother?
Why would you drink alcohol out of a bowl?
What slave traders would that be? I've never heard of anybody trading slaves around here.
Of course not. So Ling told me you'd take me to see the slave traders.
Who? I don't know anybody by that name, and I don't know anything about slave traders. Leave me alone. I have nothing to say to you, so why don't you just keep moving?
I have a really high charm.
Yes, that is. More than I'd see in a month.
This is more charm than you'll see in a month.
I might be able to take you there. You'll have to pay me now, and I'm not promising you won't get killed once we get there.
I thought bottles were... Well, I don't know, admittedly. But I thought, like, jugs and bottles were an older invention. I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. Oh, thank goodness. So the thing that I just mentioned here. Lore Mum just finished her dentistry work. Yesterday, actually. Awesome! Exclamation mark. Phone hugs of congratulations, period. Phone hugs. Lore Mum has been doing dentistry stuff for... Actually, I think it's closer to 10 months at this point. She's almost this entire year she's been getting dental work done, bit by bit. She needed a lot of things done. So I'm happy that it's finally finishing.
It's your life, friend. No refunds either. Follow me.
Hi, Fuzzy Duck. Why would you drink from a jug?
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be extra cautious. Now, there's an unknown quantity in this little meeting. Just who are you?
I am Free Hong Kong.
Song Tao, isn't that the fool who's taking the fall for Chandler Ling? Well, you've overheard your evidence. Too bad you won't get to tell anyone. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford anyone nosing into our affairs right now, and you've heard too much.
Yeah, can I pull up my gun yet?
Boys, but don't kill him. We'll get quite a bit of silver for this.
What is wrong with his left eye? Oh, God. You saw that, right? What if you could block a gun? It'd be kind of funny if you could. Hey, guys. So.
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. Maybe I was hasty in my decision to attack you. I have an eye for raw talent. That helps when picking slaves, but it comes in handy in sizing up potential allies.
How many of his legs do you think we should break?
Who are you?
I'm thinking 5.
You're clearly too skilled to be one of the fools hired by Prefect Jitong. So what business or grudge do you have with us?
Well, you're a slaver.
You're one of them, are you? Another fool like that scholar Song Tao, always thinking the poor are worth saving? You're better than that. You've just shown me your strength. Any poor wretch who had the discipline to fight like you wouldn't let themselves be enslaved. Someone like you deserves to work with me, not oppose me. I have a friend who could use your help, and I'm prepared to pay for it.
Right. Are you done talking? 'Cause you're a slaver.
If only I had a silver coin for every time I've heard that. Come then. Let's end it.
Okay.
Mirabelle.
Ah, super dead. As it should be. Yeah, they you notice they took, what was it, 3 or 4 times trying to convince me. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on. To convince me to go with him. Oh jeez. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, let me go this way. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I can figure this out. Just nope, nope, wrong way, wrong way. This way, this way. Just kind of back against this wall, and then this way. Look at these bricks! Aren't these bricks glorious? A little bit more that way. There we go. Alright. Screw this vase. It's a vase, damn it.
There you are. The governor sent Ho Chong, one of his lapdogs, to oversee the trial. I hope you learned something, or I'll have to proceed with Song Tao's sentencing.
Well, on the plus side, comma, in less than 2 weeks you'll be seeing a movie with me, period. So yeah, slavers are super dead.
He took you there? That's incredible. That's remarkable. Well, what did you find? Have you discovered evidence that exonerates Scholar Song Tao?
Ha! That doesn't prove a thing. Pieces of paper can be bought and sold just like anything. Just like anyone.
I'm afraid you're quite mistaken, Chandlerling. This proves a great many things, including your guilt. I never suspected the slavers were so well connected.
Let me see that. Well, this certainly looks interesting. I suppose Scholar Sung Tao can go free then. And you, Chandler Ling, will come with me for sentencing. It will be quick and harsh, I suspect. This sort of thing will not be tolerated in the Empire.
It's all a lie. You don't know what you're doing. You're all making a very big mistake.
Blah, blah, blah. Do you know how many times I've heard that in my career?
Risking yourself to help me. If there's anything I can do to repay you, please ask.
You have infinite power? No? Well, then piss off.
You are too kind. I have no real way to repay you. However, I do have some items you might be interested in.
You weren't listening, were you?
They're not here, of course. Come and find me in the Scholars' Garden, and I will be glad to show you what I have. I'll see you there. Goodbye, and thank you again.
Damn it, Shikor.
That was very noble of you. I've never known anyone else who would risk so much to help a complete stranger. You surprised even me.
Frozen 2, Dream Whisperer. I keep getting all these frickin' open palm only gems. I am getting power, that's true, because I'm getting experience. Okay, so let's do one thing and then 2 more things. Which, this is the wrong way to do that. Go more quickly. Trying to do gentle slopes so it doesn't give anyone a headache.
Well, it looks like your contact with the Lotus Assassins will be bad for your reputation, but good for our goal. The Executioner wants to see you excel in the arena. Progress far enough, and he will gladly recommend that you be recruited. If you prefer, you could still seek out the Inquisitor by speaking with Scholar Dun Gao in the Scholar's Garden.
Is something troubling you?
Your progress is admirable, but don't become too close to the Lotus Assassins. Their power is seductive. That is how Death's Hand gained influence over my father.
It's coming out in time for Thanksgiving here in the States, Dream Whisperer. I don't know how that lines up elsewhere, but that's what they're aiming for.
After the Disappearance of my uncle, Sun Qin, the Hand of Heaven. The Imperial Order of the Lotus Monks was directionless. Instead of taking on that role himself, my father gave it to an advisor, Death's Hand. I was only a baby at the time. He did not have enough time. The burden of state is heavy, and he is not a well man. Death's Hand takes advantage of this. Regardless, the Lotus Monks were placed in the care of Death's Hand, a duty reserved for royalty. It was almost as if my father took Death's Hand into our family, my family. We have been caretakers of the Empire for generations. We have created a bastion of culture in an otherwise uncivilized world. Death's Hand threatens all of this. It is my duty to see that the natural order is preserved.
Little bit of an aristocratic thing there.
About me? But why? I mean, there's so much I've told you already. I really don't think that we need any more information to complete our mission.
I'm less interested in the princess and more interested in getting a frickin' romance arc going.
Oh, well, I suppose I could answer a few questions. Although I'm sure more than enough has been said about me by the peasants or others, I am quite used to defending myself from all quarters.
I was thinking the same thing, Leouts. So... You're horrible, Shikor. So, what does they say? That she flies in the face of tradition?
Am I really that way? Perhaps I appear to be, but only because I have no other way to fight what is happening. I care deeply about the traditions of this land. It pains me to go against what I try to protect. What other choice do I have? I hope the people speak of other things, how I try to make things right.
I mean, I'll admit mostly a morbid curiosity in this case, Dakota. Because like I said, I've never done a romance in this game.
You presume a great deal. Can you really have seen this in such a short time? Those are qualities I would like to say I have, but I am not certain that I do. I have little time for listening when I seem to be fighting the very system of which I am a part. You? Well, you might. I don't know what the future will bring for us. Do you think yourself worthy of reminding me of what is important? To keep me humble? My father will take a dim view of that. Wait, this is further than I thought this conversation would go. This is not proper. I will not allow it. You presume too much. I think we have had quite enough amusement for now. Perhaps we will continue this a little later. I have enjoyed our little talk.
So anyways, the real reason I came here was to talk to everyone else.
Yes?
Why don't you just leave your wife?
My prescient pretty has an uncanny knack for derailing my plans, in case you haven't already noticed. I have tried several times to leave, but it always fails miserably. Some say there are spirits out there that masquerade as people, and I suspect she may be one of them. She has my soul, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I mean, that seems a little far-fetched.
One time, I tried to sneak away while she was delivering a special order of buns to her uncle's family. As I started to leave, I slipped on some oil and broke my arm. Still, I put my arm in a sling and was continuing on my way when I was run down by a rogue bun cart. When I came to, my wife had returned and was in a foul mood. Apparently, everyone she had visited died from food poisoning. But why not her? I mean, I'm sure she ate at least one of the buns I sent.
You caught that, right? You,
I am saying no such thing.
No, they weren't poisoned.
Simply my lot in life to be given into the care of a demon whose sole sustenance comes from sucking the very life from my body and soul. Soup, anyone?
Right.
As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Mass murder.
Always happy to help. What do you need?
I'll
be...
Okay, he's got nothing new. Already talked to her.
What? What?
You ever considered settling down?
Tried that once. It didn't work out. Prefect Mu Hong pledged his daughter Mi-Shan to me after I cleared his district of bandits. She wasn't ugly, so I agreed. The night of the wedding feast, I got more than a little drunk, and in the morning I woke up in the prefect's bed, next to the prefect's wife.
Where was your new wife?
I got up and went into my bride's room, and there was a strange man in her bed. I killed the bastard and was about to kill her when Mi-Shan came into the room yelling. Apparently, I had just killed her sister's husband and was about to kill her sister. I tried to tell her it was an honest mistake, but she wouldn't hear
it. You killed your wife's brother-in-law by mistake.
The brother-in-law's family was pissed, and so was the prefect when he found out about his wife. They tried to subdue me so they could send me to prison. I killed them all swiftly. None of them suffered. Still, Mi-Shan wouldn't leave with me. She kept crying and complaining about her family. Family life just isn't for me. Whatever.
Gonna go over here now.
Yes, yeah.
I guess he's kind of done, since we did his quest.
What do you want?
Are you alright with having demons?
They don't come out very much. The Guardian protects me and keeps the other inside. When the other tries to get out, it feels like my head is going to tear itself apart.
So, I mean, how did this happen?
I don't know. The Guardian, he's always been with me. The other one, too. But they never really tell me why. They say we have to be with you now.
So why did you choose her? Okay, so Wildflower is dead?
Ha! You care too much for this whelp.
Okay, that's cool.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you?
You ready to talk?
The time is coming.
Okay. Peace. Now we go to the arena. Damn it, Platty. Alright, we need to get something out of Platty. I'll get the Epicat. Gotta warn you, Platty, this is going to be incredibly unpleasant. Trust me. Okay, so time to continue.
Many people try to break into the Bronze Division and fail miserably. You should be proud of yourself.
You deserve it. It was an honor to face you.
Thanks, dude.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. You'll have to face her eventually. Be ready when you do.
Okay, let's do it.
Now that you have qualified for the Bronze Division, your challenges will be more difficult, but you'll earn greater rewards. I want people to remember Tiger Lifts the Mountain, so I've crafted a suitably memorable challenge for your introduction to the division.
Okay.
The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the Great Southern Forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Excellent.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
I've got the gun. Look. I mean, I don't know if I could shoot one-handed, Shikor.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look.
Alright, let's keep going.
Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's 500 years of tradition for you. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight.
Of course.
Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but that's just me. Are you ready to get started?
Sure. Why not? I know, right, Savicom?
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Okie dokie. Oh, I get it. Okay. That's kind of cool. This is, if you notice, they're using the same basic technique they used for the shoot 'em up game. The 1942 game. Just, you know, a little simpler. Wee, wee. Yeah, never get blackout drunk and then accidentally end up sleeping with your father-in-law's wife, and then presume your brother-in-law slept with your wife, and then kill him. Just don't do any of that, basically, is what we're trying to say here.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery.
Ah, kind of sucked.
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Kui. I have a message for you, Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
Okay.
Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
Okay, GM, as he turns around, I shoot him in the back.
Well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me?
No.
Yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that it will affect you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match.
But... okay, hang on, Nero's ass. Let me roll attack really quick here. Oh my god, I actually rolled well. That's not great, it's an 11. I was expecting that to be terrible.
I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild is involved, though.
Yeah, that's how that works. Alright. So let's go.
I'm certain it will be a small thing. Best to just finish it now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to get started? Excellent.
Oh, God.
Many of you are asking yourselves, why the serpent?
would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! Tiger Lifts the Mountain has climbed the ranks with great power and deliberation. Who wants to see what this fighter can really do? And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror Incarnate.
Okay. You know... Yeah, they're weak to weapons, guys. But for the hell of it, for style points.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before.
Why wasn't I warned?
For the surprise! You didn't know what was coming, and the crowd could sense that. It added drama. You were never in any real danger, but now the crowd knows you're no average warrior. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match.
Okay.
He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his. Go, speak with him now.
Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ, this again. Since I think I need to do something here. Hang on, let me see if I can manage this. Nope, a little bit. There you go.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement.
So, who else is benefiting from this arrangement?
Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts.
Okay.
Lin, allow me to introduce Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
I know this one by reputation, and that's enough. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
So, go on.
Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares.
So...
The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the bronze champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
No.
I would say you would be unable to lose this match unless you were to drop dead yourself. What could be easier?
But...
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana.
No.
If you're that sure, why are we still talking?
That's a good question. No.
You fool! The Guild is the authority in the arena. Anyone you approach would know better than to tangle with us.
Except for me, apparently. Yeah, piss off, dude.
If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
Yeah, I'll kill you later, dude.
It might not be wise to run to the officials with this, but surely we should warn Crimson Kana.
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
Ah, damn it. Alright, hang on. A little bit more this way. She's over here. I know where she is. There she is. Of course she doesn't speak English. Damn it! Speak American! I should warn you, Lucky Cho's trying to eliminate you. He offered me the services of a poisoner. Yeah, no, we need to watch each other's backs. Okay, thanks. So, what are your thoughts on the guild? What does the guild do? That sounds pretty horrible. Like, that sounds like the guild doesn't actually do anything other than run the gambling, which I suppose that's a fairly sufficient thing, but whatever. Come on. There we go.
Do you... Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time. Are you ready to face Crimson Kana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations?
As always, Gum Gum, I don't decide things like that.
Excellent.
Victory and a pair of unique blades stands between Tiger Lifts the Mountain and the Bronze Division Championship.
That's true, Dakota. I should add that there.
Mirabelle.
So, sword versus gun. I guess, Gum Gum? Like, I'm not for or against, so I'm just gonna go with the straight neutral on that. I love that. Quickly put away the gun. Yes, I totally defeated her.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
So... Hey, camera's fixed. Yeah, that's a good move. She's piecing out after that last match. Probably not because of the whole poisoning thing, but it is still probably relevant. Also, this is now the 5th time they've mentioned the opening in our technique. Also, she presumed that the opening in my technique was a specific a feint to draw someone in to then strike them. Others have mentioned this. Should I be concerned? Consider it a perfectly laid trap, not a weakness. Your master was truly skilled to mold a trap into your very being. It's odd he never mentioned it to you. Obviousness. A little too overt. I'll be completely honest there, but whatever.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division.
Yeah, no kidding, Harriet.
Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
What do you...
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Guys, I'm gonna fight an elephant with a blunderbuss. Broken.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up.
No, no.
Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants. Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
Okay. Speaking of which.
Time to bloody my axes.
I want to hear that you're... What?
Hang on. I'm trying to talk to him, actually, but whatever. You know, Saldir. Wait, is Saldir still there? I lost him!
We should have told you that Kylan will only see you alone.
I don't think you should go in there. The serpent is no good for anybody. I'll be around if you need me.
Hi.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure.
Is that Simon Templeman?
Take this as my thanks.
That is totally Simon Templeman.
You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
No.
Indeed. Of course, every match you face in the arena has you working for me, whether you realize it or not. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Kui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire.
Okay.
Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we?
Doo-doo head.
The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me.
So, you're lower tier than Gao, the guy I already killed.
Did you? An interesting claim, and one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why?
No, he wouldn't tell me.
He has good reason not to tell you about this part of his admittedly spotty past. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena?
Probably after being drunk.
Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public.
Yeah, it sounds like him.
We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility.
I do have a gun.
To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely.
No.
You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend.
Listen, Logain.
I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Hi. God, he's tall.
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
Okay.
No, you won't, Whirlwind.
Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important.
Okay. Oh yeah, that guard probably has broken bones. Like ribs.
Look, you can't trust Kylon. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Cho. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail!
And I got a gun. I haven't been to space in this reality, but, I got a gun. Yeah, I survived consumption, dude. What do you got? In space, with a gun! What do you want from me?
He fought like a monster for a little guy.
Hey, everyone's a little to you, buddy.
Good point. But he was particularly plucky. It's nice when they stick around longer so you can practice your moves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kylon's thugs, you know. Not at all.
So, what do you mean?
Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there, and Lucky Cho too, but he was just a runt back then.
Is your brother still fighting?
My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him.
Lore shock.
Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first, and when I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side.
Okay.
He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kylon, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kylon was, convince him to leave. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood.
We just keep circling back to this don't be drunk thing. You notice the trend here?
Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
So, Saldir's not here anymore, but I do want to mention something. BioWare, in particular, and a lot of Western RPGs in general, have this weird tendency to have a character who's actually kind of horrible, but they're portrayed in a comedic light from a comedic tint, which takes some of the horribleness out of it. Right? Like HK-47. HK-47 is one of the most beloved characters in KOTOR. Now, as always, presentation matters. Tone matters. I want you to imagine someone portraying HK-47 in a more serious light. Like, imagine for a moment a horror film from the perspective of one of the victims of HK-47, right? Picture that for a second. Picture the senator, or whoever it was, is like, no, don't kill my wife, and throws himself in front of the shot, and yeah. My point being, they have a strong tendency to lean on this kind of archetype, and they've done it for a while. Zevran, Dragon Age. And I'd have to think past that, but yeah. Oh, yeah, Rex. Although Rex is actually a pretty decent person. He's just wasn't always a pretty decent person. Grunt might be a more straightforward example of the archetype.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight.
Probably, Dakota.
What do you need? This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights. These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem. Are you...
Ogren was just a drunk, though. He wasn't, you know, horrifically violent.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
He fights next, doesn't he? Replace the men slated for that match with our own. And ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the Ebon Orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
Lunchtime. No, seriously, that's what they're doing. But no, I'm with you, Saldir.
Blades and deadly grace.
As Takoida says, this really is a byproduct of a fairly old bit of artifact design when it comes to these kind of RPGs. There have to be evil party members so that the players playing evil people can have a party. The problem is, if you are not playing an evil person, then it just doesn't kind of work. This is true also in just about every BioWare game, up to, I'd say Mass Effect 2 is the most recent one on that one. With the, oh, what was her name? Samara's daughter. And yes, I figured poisoning them would be a amusing move there. Morin, that's her, thank you.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not guild men, and they certainly lack poison-coated blades. The wards are useless against poison. That's a danger we have never been able to solve. Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters. Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guildmen from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kylon's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message.
Interestingly, I would say Canderous is not the archetype I'm mentioning. If anything, Canderous is kind of a deconstruction of the evil party member archetype. He seems like he'd be a perfect evil guy, but if you actually pay attention to him, he's not. He's someone who was, death, glory, war, and he actually is broken by it. That's part of his arc in KOTOR, too. He has nothing left, and he knows it. He's not reformed. It's more like he just kind of is empty.
You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the Guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset. You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place.
Actually, yeah, like the killer lady we just killed. That's not a bad parallel to the Canderous thing. And yeah, he's forced to live with the consequences. And if this is going to sound strange, but what I like about Canderous, other than I can't remember him, is the fact that he doesn't lie about it, right? He doesn't shy away from what he is and from what he was. He tells the stories of glory, and he loves retelling them, but each time it ends on this just kind of, and those days are gone forever, kind of a note, right? It's like, yeah, no, that's what it is.
We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems.
Really?
I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the Army could devise. Are you ready to show them what you've got?
Yeah.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
But no, really, though, going back to the older games, Viconia,
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
Actually, I can do this on the fly, I think. Yes, I can. Perfect. So let's remap here. So here's Staff. A bit more reach than anything else I have to this date. Edwin, that's what I was thinking of. The Thay dude. The Red Wizard of almost cartoonishly... Well, that's the wrong word. Ridiculously evil. Like, he's a bad guy, but not in any way that makes him super objectionable. Viconia, on the other hand, she's just a pain. Especially if you try to romance her, I think. I shouldn't say that so definitively, I never have. But all of my friends did. Yeah, Edwin is a more...
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire.
Edwin and Edwina would be a more classic example of the evil character who's portrayed in a joking manner, archetype I was mentioning earlier. Because Edwin is a Red Wizard of Thay, enough said, but also he's trying to become a Lich. Spoilers. After he fails at becoming a Lich, he becomes Edwina. Enough said.
I rushed out notification of this match, and we've had the outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many nobles will even be in attendance. It's rare that the Silver Division rests balanced against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know. What really catches the crowd, though, is the story of Tiger Lifts the Mountain. They come to see the noble warrior who strides up the rankings like the heroes of legend. Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
DB Jedi. Okay. Why are we up here?
The veteran Iron Soldier prepares to face Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
Eh. I'm sorry. It's just, it's funny. Look at it. Come on. All right, fine. I won't be mean. I will give you a worthy defeat.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud. From here, your battles will be even harder. A test, if you will, to see if you stand a chance against the Ravager. Impress the crowd, and you will have your chance against the Ravager himself. I can promise you that. The Gold Division is the toughest series of fights in the Empire. Ultimately, you can think of it as a test to see if you're ready to face the Ravager. Your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament combat 5 centuries ago. You will face the Phoenix Unity style.
So what's so special about it?
That is something best discovered for yourself. Suffice it to say that if you stand against it, the battle will be memorable.
So it was banned.
I do not believe in outdated prohabitations. As you may see, this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a Master Warrior's abilities.
Okay, let's do it.
Excellent.
And yeah, Minsk, some people tend to forget that you actually have to do a skill check to prevent Minsk from going...
Among the rarest of styles. No one person has defeated it.
From fully raging at the beginning of Baldur's Gate 2 because of the death of his charge. So let's see if we can do this. It's going to be pretty difficult, guys. Yes, Alex, that's the joke. Okay. I mean, there's only one of me, so it seems fair. I mean, I use that all the time myself, Harian, so I don't blame her. So this might be interesting. I might just run out of resources for this fight because there's so many of them. Or they could drop focus. That's the thing, too. Back to the gun. Okay, fine. Sword time. I will give them a fight to remember. A fight with swords, giant toads, and a gun. Let's end strong, shall we?
Legends say that the Phoenix Unity style was banned from tournaments because it was unbeatable. But I've never put much stock in legends.
Me neither.
That was exactly how I wanted your Gold Division matches to start. You need the people on your side before you can face the Ravager.
So let's keep going.
I was going to do something different, but I've had a request from the Sung Brothers. They said that there's been an affluence of the fates and a reemergence of the planets. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if they want to face you, then I have to honor their request. Besides, defeating them is important to your career.
I mean, okay, sure.
I require that any fighter who wishes to face the Ravager be able to defeat all 3 of the Sung Brothers. Then I know you won't be torn to shreds. Well, at least not before the gong stops ringing, at any rate. The brothers are ready if you are.
Look, guns are totally cool.
Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Because guns... Look, I don't actually have an answer to that sentence. I'll just chop it off there.
Might and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers 3.
Okay.
Mirabelle.
I wonder if a gun will be enough to defeat these brothers 3. What's that? You can't dodge a gun. You also can't block a gun. Pro tip. Oh, your turn. That's true. We're trying. What we're doing is we're determining who the real martial artists are by shooting them.
3 opponents at once, all of them exceptionally skilled. I thought no one could impass them, but you have. Defeating their combinated might has impressed the crowd immensely.
This just proves the only problem with the Magnificent Bastard was he wasn't shooting fast enough.
What do you need? I want to give you a shot at the championship. I really do. I need to convince others, though. I'm going to hold an event so huge that it will rock the reaches of the Empire. The Imperial Engagement. The arena turns upon you. You will be a man alone against a rushing wave of opponents, great and small.
Probably shouldn't use the gun for that.
Stand against them all, and when you do, your right to challenge the Ravager will be indisputable.
Time to take you down a peg.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge. You might even survive if you pace yourself.
The concept is simple enough. If you can defeat your foe with exceptious alacrity, then you have a moment to collect yourself. If you tarry, then you will be swamped. You will be facing all the champions you have dealt with already and more.
Boss rush.
You will be the first. As I said, I need you to have the crowd's heart. Kailan does not want you to face the Ravager. I do.
No, Gum. Alright,
Excellent.
to do this, I'd probably lose at this. I don't think I've done this fight.
The Imperial Engagement begins! An ogre begins the onslaught!
I've heard of it, though, because I remember reading about it. Yeah, like you have 10 seconds per fight. At 10 seconds they spawn, no matter how the fight's going. So it's just like, you're... I've got a gun. It's a gun. Are we ready? Where's the next dude? Oh, there you are.
Hapless Hand enters the fray!
Shoot him! There we go. And down. Sorry, Hapless. Good morning, Cashel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't do this quest chain last time I played. Not all the way through.
What is the greater foe? Exhaustion or a fiend fallen from the heavens?
I mean, think about it. Yeah, no, I'm 100% sure that that's what's happening there. Because it happened to the elephant, too, if you remember.
Iron Soldier makes another foray against his nemesis.
It could also be they don't have a stun animation, that's true. And so what they're doing is being stunned, and they just don't know how to present that. Speaking of which...
How long can one warrior last, battling a tide of foes? For this battle, Sung Bu enters alone. His speed is unmatched.
Next. I'm not getting cocky, I'm just... This is getting a little rough. That's not true, but I'm running out of resources is what's happening here.
Strength of Sung Bu crashes upon the ring.
So I'm trying to manage what I use where.
Spirit.
Speaking of which...
The Master of Mysticism is the last to enter this epic confrontation. Try too much for you.
Yeah, by the way, immune to magic. Hi, Jaluto. That was interesting.
You have just emerged the victor from a multitudinous concretion of raw fighting talent. Amazing! The crowd loves you, and you have proven yourself enough in my eyes. No other fighter stands a chance against the Ravager. But you must think of your safety. The Ravager strikes with such power that even the wards of this arena may not be enough to save you. No one knows. His strength is almost inhuman. But we are sure he is no demon. Your match could end in death. It almost happened when Sung Bu faced him alone, and he was the last opponent to tackle the champion alone. The Ravager grows more fierce with each fight, as if time were making him stronger. If you face him, we may not be able to end the match in time.
Let's get a save in really quick, just to be sure. Whoops.
You know, he's always... It is that time. The Ravager awaits. Excellent.
Well, final boss time, sort of. What?
This fight will not happen. This fighter is not worthy of facing a true Imperial champion.
Oh no, Gum Gum.
The Ravager will not waste time with one so new to the ring. One must face the test of time to even challenge the Imperial champion. Good people, I do this for you. Would you have an unproven whelp as your champion? As the Empire's champion? Silence! You have spoken, and I have heard. Your will be done. I give you the Ravager.
Mirabelle.
Oh, wow. Okay, yep, he can't be stunned. Interesting. Alright, well, let's do this then. This is actually very stupid, but I want to poison him if I can. Looks... Oh, there we go. There's the poison. And back to this. Wow, that poison lasted only a few seconds on him. Yeesh.
Spirit thief.
Hang on. How do I switch forms without having it hotkeyed? I know I can do that. And I don't remember how. Whatever. Getting a free hit while he's at range here.
Double saber.
This is a good time to mention, I don't even know what the block button is. So I can't block. Literally. Oh my god, go this way, you dumb game.
Mirabelle. Thousand cuts.
I must be hitting whatever the button is on accident, Dakota. I literally don't know what the button is. So, no mana. No focus. That looked like a block there. Did you see that? I was just dodging and there was all of a sudden a block. It was weird. I have to admit I don't like 1,000/5ths, by the way. It is so short range that I have to get right up in their face, and I move so slowly on approach. That's actually kind of irritating. I think I'm going to lose this fight. Yep, we're dead. Wow. Yeah, but do they have better range?
You know...
Yep. Take two. Hey, skippable cutscenes. As we've already talked about. Okay. So now we have a little... Oh, Jesus Christ. No! 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 Why, Myron? I'm actually weak to him here, but I also hit like a truck. I am successfully hitting him, and I'm keeping him poisoned. So I'm going to stick with this for a minute. Even though it's costing me in health. Now let's switch out! Switch out! There we go. Okay, that's the second time I wasn't able to switch out of a form. Ah! God damn it. It is really causing me issues here. Oh my god. Get away from me. I can't move faster than he can. Nope, he's immune to Spirit Thief. Hang on, Myron. Hang on. You caught me at an interesting time. And dead. Can't tell what I'm doing. There. Oh my god.
If you have even the tiniest bit of sense, Whirlwind, you'll realize that you should thank me.
What have you done to my brother?
Your brother was a useful tool. After you cut him down while he defended me, I decided it would be too much bother to let him go. In the process, I saved you from charges of fratricide. And so the Ravager was born. The perfect, unquestioning enforcer of my will. And I owe it all to you, Whirlwind.
I should kill you here and now, but first...
You have done nothing. I still took your brother.
And I took him back and repaid the favor.
You will not be champion. This is my arena. I invoke the right of challenge. As an ex-champion, I will return and stake my claim upon this place. Tradition supports my right to this.
Oh, hey, I can finally pause the cutscene. Thank you, Myron. Thank you, 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 thank you very, very much for the subs. For the entirely too many subs. Much obliged, sir. Do you want to put that towards Digimon? Oh, apparently I can pause. I should have thought of that. I'm an idiot. 97. And so that's this many subs for Digimon.
But the right of challenge hasn't been used in hundreds of years.
Very well. You need not accept the precedents and traditions that make this empire great, Kui.
Yes, Dakota.
Instead, accept that my men will kill you if you dare contradict me again.
By the way, like how some of the background is just low-level images.
Are you prepared to suffer at my hands, or will you walk away and die the tenfold deaths of the coward?
No, you are not the current champion, Serpent. My brother was, and now my friend is. All you are, magician, is mine. Allow me to accept his challenge on your behalf, Master.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
I know my brother's spirit will be satisfied if I take this chance.
I will not allow a substitution of this sort.
What am I doing? Okay, so anyways, in the background, yeah, you'll notice that there actually are renders of people background. And then there's low-level GIFs. It's a fairly common technique, actually, for games of this entire era. FF8, excuse me. Oh, we stopped. For some reason. And now we're staring at our chest for some reason.
They do have the right, Serpent. You substituted the demon in place of one of your guild men. You set the precedent yourself.
Damn you all. Fine. I will fight the shaved bear. It will be a pleasure. Speak with Kui when you're ready. Until then, I will prepare.
This has all gone horribly wrong. I have had a dead retired ex-fighter in a mask for a champion all this time. Do you know how many rules and regulations that breaks? It's a mockery of the entire arena, and Kai Lan and his thugs are to blame. But you can stop him. I need you to see this through to the end. I need that man stopped before he destroys 1,000 years of gratification.
But I don't like stratification. Hang on. So this is probably going to suck, so let's get a save in.
Your friend is ready to fight. When he was here before, he was always ready. Tell him to be careful. Kailan is not easily defeated. Are you ready to get started? Excellent.
So this should suck.
The Black Whirlwind returns to the ring to face the Serpent! Might meets magic!
Yeah, I noticed that too, Bregman. Well, at least I got some reach on him, so that's nice. I was about to say, why am I still fighting? He's gone. Of course, he had to pull a Kai Lang and literally go invincible there while he's channeling the demons. Go figure, Leander. Hey, he healed to full. He really is Kai Lang, which is funny given his name. One of these attacks is actually going to reach you, buddy. Maybe just heal the full here. There we go. I would agree with that, actually, Dakota. I have that problem all the time with the Toad, actually. Like, I have trouble telling when the enemy's blocking as a Toad. I've kind of gotten used to it, but...
Well, I know it's anticlimactic, but you did earn it. Congratulations, champion.
Yeah, the last fight was a lot harder.
I wish that I had another dozen fighters who could rise through the ranks with your alacrity. I will not dishonor you with appearing to those who cannot match your skill. In time, someone will come along, but I suspect your equal will not be manifesting any time soon. Champion, it has been an honor to adjudicate and facilitate your rise to the top. Should anyone appear to challenge you, I will let you know. But until then, rest yourself.
You've earned it. Oh, I'm sorry.
It would be hard to find anyone in this city who does not recognize our new champion on this day. We have met before, but right now, I represent the guild.
Hi. What do you want?
I want what you want. We had to address the issue of Kailan sooner or later. His open policy did not fit well with our philosophy of discretion. His power ran deep. He would have taken our organization even further down Gao the Greater's path had word of a new contestant not reached us.
Really?
Indeed. Then you will be happy to know of the Guild's decision. We no longer want a stake in the proceedings in the arena. With Kailan and Gao the Greater gone, let us just say that cooler heads prevail. The current sentiment in the Guild is that the Lotus Assassins have become more trouble than our alliance with them is worth. Thus, we propose a truce. Your feud, or whatever it was, with Kailan died with him. The Guild will not trouble you or this place if you will not trouble us.
Translation, please leave us alone. Oh God, please leave us alone. Oh God, don't kill us. I do like the third option. What if I just want to kill... Can I do it? Is that an option? I don't remember. I have no memory of this. I mean, I could just kill the whole guild. I know I'm capable of it. What I want to know is if the game will allow me to. Anybody? Ah, screw it.
Then you would have to find us, and we are notoriously difficult to ferret out. Consider it a task for which I do not believe you have the time.
So after I take over the entirety of the world and become a god, I'll be coming back to kill all of you. Bye.
Our business is concluded. If you will excuse a moment's adoration, it was an honor to meet you. Already some of the guild have tried to emulate your styles. So effective are the blows of Tiger Lifts the Mountain. You should be proud. We will not speak of this again. Consider me nothing more than Sweet Poison Lynn from this point on.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. You are a master of the arena, the ground where executioners are born. Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. There may be a role in the executioners for you after all.
I mean, I guess you can join us. But only because you're the best fighter in the entire city.
Do you think you stand a chance of joining the Lotus Assassins?
Well, yeah.
No, you are stronger than that. We will train away this timid front and tap a potential that you haven't yet dreamed of. If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand and the Emperor. We guard the treasures of the Empire. This will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized artifacts and think only of duty?
You've seen my skill.
I am pleased by your directness. You are the Imperial Champion. Impressive enough. But now you will be so much more. Proceed to our fortress. It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. Present this token so that they will know you.
I know, right, Bragwin?
I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both the skills to become executioners and the personality to attract such a loyal band of followers.
They are tools with occasional uses.
Spoken like a true Lotus assassin. I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. You inspire loyalty in most of those who follow you. That will serve you well.
Right. They will serve me or suffer the consequences.
Good. Use them and discard them if they become weak. That is the way. If you survive your training and remain in control of your senses, perhaps you will serve at my side one day.
Oh, can I please?
I never enjoy controlling my senses. They catch a lot of things I'd miss. Whatever. We'd better tell the others we made some progress.
Yeah, the closed fist is totally not the Sith. We swear! It's totally not the Sith, guys. No, I'm on fire. Just like Myron, who is always on fire. Myron is pretty awesome, so... What is with all the trapped chests? Yeesh. I know, right, Dakota? Like, I talked about that... This is going to sound like a weird parallel. I talked about that during the StarCraft 2 lore run, where we were talking about how Deus or Dao, I can't actually think of his name, evil guy, and his people all have the mindset of discard a tool the moment you're done using it, which is really wasteful and really stupid. Amon, thank you, Amon. Like, the thing I was pointing out was they do consistently use that mentality. It's just, it's a stupid mentality. It'd be like, to use a direct comparison, imagine for a moment if Myron, I know he just left, but if Myron just donated 13 subs to me, and I said, thank you, Myron, and now that you have donated those towards me, you have no worth to me.
So, things are looking up. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins.
And I know what you're thinking. That's stupid. Yeah.
With the recommendation of the Executioner, the others will welcome you as a recruit. You can slip into the very heart of their lair. You could also seek out the Inquisitor and gain his recommendation as well, but the path to the Lotus Assassin Fortress is ready for you now.
And after we find the evidence against Death's Hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
Who's talking here?
I promise, little Dawnstar. After we get what I want from the Lotus Assassins, the palace is the first place we will go. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence against Death's Hand that they might notice something is wrong.
We got this.
It would still be good to get some information first. Sagacious Zoo might know something. We should ask him. Where is he?
Well, you should be more careful of who you trust.
He's gone. If I did that, none of you would be here.
That is true. I wouldn't trust any of the ragged homeless you have collected.
Not what I meant.
No offense meant to those of you who are actually homeless, Dawnstar.
Whoa!
If Sagacious Zoo has gone to warn the Lotus Assassins, you need to move quick. If he's just run off, he is no longer our concern.
Zoo would not turn on us.
The Lotus Assassin Fortress is in the far end of the necropolis. They shouldn't give you any trouble. Just appear confident as you enter.
Okay.
The Inquisitor will have some task that needs addressing, I'm sure. Scholar Dungao in the Scholar's Garden is the contact.
Clearly, we need to romance her, Brigman.
Do not hesitate for too long.
How about for an hour?